Welcome back to the channel. Good morning. Here we go. Opening the kiln. You know how this goes. Could be wonderful or it could be a disaster. Let's see. What do we got here? This is the cone 6. So 4, 4, 5, and 6. We definitely got to 5, which is what I had in the cone sitter. This, of course, is the top shelf. Doesn't look too bad. And not thrilled with the mulberry back there, but we'll investigate that further here in a moment. Here's the bottom shelf. That would be 4, 5, and 6. Definitely got to 5. A little bit warmer on the bottom. A little bit cooler on the bottom than the top. And again, I'm not seeing any disasters, so we'll take a closer look when we get them inside the house. Now we'll go into more detail on what came out of the kiln. So this is the little peppered plum bowl. I really like the peppered plum bowl. See if I can see what that was. 2 times peppered plum and 3 times coyote white liner glaze inside. That one's nice. This is the fog bowl. This was from Healing Earth Ceramics, their idea. Their name for the combination is fog. And on this one we have 2 times honey flux inside and out. And then 2 times iron luster inside and out. And after that, wait a minute. Let's start that again. 2 times honey flux inside, 2 times honey iron luster in the bands on the outside. And then after that dries, 1 coat of iron luster over the top of that whole thing. And then I did a little light flux around the rim. I didn't want it to drip on the inside. We had that on the outside, and that was light flux around the rim. I said I had it on the inside. I guess I did it on the inside and the outside. I wanted it to drip. Sorry about that. So I did the light flux on the inside, and also on the outside. I like that. I like that fog a lot. As a matter of fact, I have sold this bowl, so woohoo. This bowl, the glazing turned out pretty nice, but I did have 2 cracks on the bottom. They haven't gone all the way through, so I will sell it as a second, but this was the 2 times cordovan outside and 2 times birch inside and outside. And then we had the light flux. We had the band of light flux all the way around. And then this is the one I put the light flux just up here on the rim and just a little bit down because I did not want it to flow into the bowl. And that turned out very nice. I like the reds on that. But as I said, it does have a crack. It does not go out, 2 cracks. Does not go all the way through, so I will not be selling that. I will be selling it as a second and letting people know. All right, the peppered plum. This is the one that I put the honey flux on the outside. So I had the honey flux up here, which I should not have done because it washed out. Now it's pretty and somebody's going to like it, but I wouldn't do that. Next time I do it, I'm just going to have the peppered plum up here and then just the bands of the honey flux and light flux down here. And then, of course, the winter wood at the bottom and obsidian inside. Very nice, very nice. The Ohio drinking glass, and let's see, what did I do? I have to go back and look at the video. 3 of the mulberry. I should have just done 2. It just hides the Ohio too much, in my opinion. And then I went back and put some mulberry in the Ohio letters too. I mean, it's nice. Somebody's gonna like it, but it's not my favorite. This one is nice. Not as dark as I would like to have seen the carving. I always like that pear, the Amico pear. It was pretty. And then that was the cenote inside too. That cenote never disappoints. Just love the blackness of that. So that is pretty good. By the way, this was all cone 5. And let's see. This vase, we had the coyote red underglaze in the carving, which I think I might try to put some of the candy apple red in there and refire that. We'll see how that looks. I'll show you that when I actually do that. It's just too faint. It just needs to be redder. The snow over the top looked nice, and of course the candy apple red inside is brilliant. But just not deep enough red on the carving on that one. And then last but not least, this one, what I would do different, this was the eggplant, and I did put the river birch over the eggplant, and I will not do that. I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do the 3 coats of the eggplant, and then just overlap the river birch a little bit down here, down to the bottom, and there was 3 coats of the river birch also, and then we had honey flecks inside. And I'd just like to see, purple's one of my favorite colors, as is red, so I'd like to see more of that purple. So the next one I do, which I am going to do here in a couple days, I am going to just do the 3 coats of eggplant, birch, river birch here, down, and then another coat, and then the 3rd coat all the way down, and see if I get a darker contrast, which I'm sure I will. So all in all, it was a pretty good kiln load. Okay, here we are on a rainy Friday. I already started the bisque load at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a little after 7 now. Everything's looking good. We're at 5:05. I'm going to continue to leave it propped open and throw the 2nd switch. So I did a bisque load, and I had these pumpkins in here that I glazed last fall. This was on greenware, and we have orange peel and tuxedo in the lines, and luck of the Irish on the stems. And then I also put in this one, Ohio spoon rest. And this was 3 coats of the speckled grapple. That's what it was, grapple. Turned out pretty nicely. Like them both.